Hey, what's up guys? So from where it starts in the Karoo to where it finishes in the Indian Ocean, the Great Fish River has been a huge lifeline for so many places, and everywhere it touches, just the abundance of vegetation. And we're very fortunate that it's home to, you know, probably over 100 recorded wild hippos in the area, and they've been causing a lot of devastation on public land, where a lot of rural villagers have had their maize crop, their pumpkins and stuff destroyed by these beasts, you know. So they're causing a little bit of havoc in the area. We're fortunate enough to have got a permit to hunt one of these animals. I did get one of these permits about 2 years ago, and unfortunately on that hunt we were unsuccessful. But I had such a great time. I learned so much, and you know, if not as of today, still probably one of the hunts that have catapulted my career a little bit in a forward direction, and I'm ever so grateful. So for me to get the opportunity to come on one of these hunts again, and this time sit behind the camera, was a huge benefit for me, number one, and number two, a huge privilege. You know, I was scared I was never going to get to relive those memories of the past, where I've learned so much, but I do get to relive it a little bit longer now for another time. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. These particular hippos, we've gone through a devastating drought, so the villagers are trying to plant as much crop as possible for the winter harvest, and these hippos have just come in and decimated their lands. Obviously they're hungry, the villagers are hungry, so it's a little bit of a clash. And yeah, we just, you know, we claimed a permit, so we had to just try and minimize the population and prevent that clashing from happening, because someone's going to come off second best. Yeah, just guys, got to give a big shout out, Trees and Camo. This is the early season I'm wearing. As you can see behind me, we've had a bit of rain, so everything's nice and green. This blends in very well and it's extremely comfortable. So I'm really looking forward to testing this out on my first hunt of the season. And then a big shout out to Maxxis tires. Thank you so much. I've got the Maxxis Mud Terrain razors on at the moment, the mining application, so they come with the 3-ply sidewall, and you know, they just give you that extra bit of protection when you're out in the bush, because you don't want any hiccups, of course. Yeah guys, I'm so looking forward to it, and I'm just so glad you guys get to tag along this time. If you haven't yet, I would appreciate it if you hit the subscribe, turn on the notifications, and if you enjoyed this episode, drop a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it.
When a hunter has done what he considers to be his or her duty to the animals we fight so hard to protect, they will leave a legacy that will last a lifetime.
And up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine, 'cause I know.
Hey guys, so you can see we busy setting up now for just, you know, the final rifle preparations. I got myself a nice little scope over here, my first time I've ever done that, so that's something to remember. But yeah, my heart's starting to race a bit. I'm getting really pumped up for this hunt. Like I said, it's been almost 2 years since I last returned to the spot, so hugely emotional day for me leading up to it, and tomorrow morning early start. But yeah, just a couple more shots just to make sure that everything's 100%, and then we head for away.
Could be like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me, 'cause you know and I know we're onto something good. You know and I know we got something good.
What are you having for supper, Mama?
Chicken and a fillet and rice and veggies.
And what veggies?
Doing broccoli, roast potato and a rice. Yo.
Feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody.
Hey guys, well, what an extremely emotional day. Yeah, this has been probably playing on my mind the most out of any hunt I've done over the past couple of years. But yeah, heart's a bit racing, pretty pumped up just to get the ball going. Yeah, we've got a long day ahead of us. Last time I think I said it was back in about 2 years ago, and probably a hunt that I'll never ever forget. I thoroughly enjoyed every minute of it. Although we weren't as successful as which I hoped we were, tomorrow is definitely going to be a different story. But yeah, just pumped up about it, just ready to go. I don't think our preparation can be any better than what it is at the moment, so really excited about it. And yeah, early start tomorrow morning, waking up here at about 3:30. By 4 o'clock we must be ready, and by 4 we must be out of here, and then head on down to the Fish River. So yeah, our planning in the morning is just to get there, pick up a few locals. We managed to get hold of them on the cell phone this afternoon, and they've seen where these hippo pods have been hanging out, so we're gonna try and pick up on the first one as quickly as possible, and we'll move in from there. But yeah, exciting times ahead. I'm gonna jump in the shower, take a painkiller. My neck's killing me at the moment. Yeah, and then just hit the sack and get ready. So looking forward to it tomorrow. We'll see you guys then. Cheers.
Where we are going to start, there are people who are watching the day and night.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I was growing maize this side, when they see you, they run away.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe now they are vicious.
Yeah.
When once one has been shot, they call everybody in this place.
Perfect.
And then they go down there with a tractor and load all the meat.
Perfect. All the meat, everything.
Everything.
get joined by Mr. Yeyi, and he's extremely frustrated, and you can imagine there's freshly planted crops and the Hippo have just absolutely devastated them. So our plan now this morning is just get the ball rolling, checking out a few different spots where they've last seen them. So we're going to chat to a couple of the locals now, and yeah, luck's definitely on our side as far as the weather's concerned, and looking forward to a very successful day.
He said they were in that corner.
Yesterday. Yeah, telling me must come with me. Yeah.
Hey guys, well, as lunchtime approaches, yeah, we've got some beautiful scenery behind us, but yeah, it's becomes more and more apparent why these locals need us hunters so badly, and at the same time we need them, you know. So it's a big circle that I think fills a lot of people's gaps, you know. At the end of the day, it's not all about money. It's about these locals are losing hectares and hectares and hectares of cropland. They benefit from the meat if we harvest it. I'm sure they get a bit of pocket out of it. Like today, we'll tip the guys that have helped us out and been there. So it's been without hunters, you know, these hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hectares of land are just gonna go to absolute waste. And you know, a lot of the traditional farming that's been brought through from generation to generation here in the Ciskei gets lost. And yeah, you know, it's, you don't want to lose tradition, and you don't want to lose culture, and you don't want to lose a lot of that sort of stuff. So yeah, this is, you know, this, I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, although we haven't had much success for the morning, it's been an incredible journey and a story that I'll be able to tell forever and ever, you know. And that's what it's about. It's not always about shooting the animal. It's about the journey that you take, you know, and that's why I've enjoyed it so much. So yeah, it's 12 o'clock now, dead on lunchtime. We're gonna head back to a nice little grassy patch, close our eyes for a couple of minutes, and then do what we did this morning all over again, and hopefully with a little bit of success. So until then, we'll catch up with you guys.
Why
Hey guys, cool. So this is one of the measures that these guys are taking. I mean, you can look behind me. There's just probably about 3 or 4 acres of just barren land over here because of the devastation the hippos have been causing over the last couple of years. No, not really a couple of years, probably about a couple of months. They've had a very dry season, so this is very unusual. You would normally see a little bit of fresh maize here. But yeah, between the dry season and the hippo, no one's winning at the moment. Only the wildlife. So yeah, this is one of the measures they take. So it's about a 3-inch cable, and you can see, you know, it's strand from top to bottom. And yeah, you know, that's definitely not. It's definitely not doing the job, because they've done the section closest to the river. So you know, what about the sides? As you know, hippo during the evening they can travel vast distances on foot. So yeah, this is, you know, this isn't always going to hold out for long periods. But yeah, so they are trying their damnedest. But yeah, fortunately with the Fish River Reserve, we've got a few permits out, so we get to harvest or shoot these animals, and you know, like I said, both parties benefit. You know, there's a bit of cash flow that goes back into the community, as well as all the meat. You heard earlier old Mr. Daly explaining to us what happens to the meat, and so yeah, so you know, win-win for Hunter and the locals. So guys, yeah, so behind me is all the acres and acres and acres of land that has just not been grown. They're not putting any harvest on this year because of the hippo. There's just such a huge problem with these hippo in the Fish River that these guys are just losing the battle, and they've decided, you know what, instead of putting their hard-earned money into land that you're only going to probably reap 30% of the land, they've just decided to call it quits. And this was one of the measures behind me, like a shepherd's hut. I don't want to go in there. There are people staying in there at the moment, but like a shepherd's hut. So what they would do is this land would be completely grown, so they would plant a nice bit of fresh maize, and then the night boys we just hang around and wait till evening, and you know, create a distraction so the animals don't intrude on this land. And that's just one of the other measures, other than the cable, that the guys have tried to use to try and get the best out of their land. You know, try and harvest more than 50 or 60% of their land, and it hasn't worked. I documented a story about 2 years ago when I did this hunt, on a little boy that was doing that exact same thing. Was with his grandfather in one of these huts, and unfortunately it was getting to dusk, and he got trapped between the water and the hippo. And obviously the maize grows chest height, and yeah, unfortunately it was only going to be one winner there. And that's just another battle that these guys are facing all the time, you know. So, you know, this is the side of hunting we don't really get to see. And yeah, at times, you know, you've got to make people understand that this is what we do and why we do it. And everyone just thinks it's a huge you know, gold chasing item that we stand behind animals and take beautiful photos, and you know, that's what we're all about. But it's not. It's about coming together with the community, serving the community, giving back to the community, and then in the same breath making a buck here to feeding my family, feeding my tracker's family. And yeah, today we'll put food on the table for a couple more. So that's what it's about. It's about the story. It's about the journey that you take to do these sort of things. And I'm just so fortunate that this has become my everyday life. Hey guys, so yeah, probably traveled on foot about probably about 6 k's up river now. Just got to the bridge of the Fish River, and it's been an incredible journey yet again. Unfortunately, no success. You know, the Fish River beats me again, but we'll be back, and I've had so much fun, and that's the whole point. Is, you know, you're not always going to be successful, but you know, it's the journey and the story you get to tell around the campfire, and you know, that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, you're experiencing new cultures, meeting great people. I met some fantastic guys today, and yeah, just blessed I get to do this, and all the big bulls get to live another day, and you know, our permit's only valid for another week, so after that it's null and void, and we'll just have to go through the process again. But thanks for tagging along on this journey, and yeah, we'll chat soon.
I thought I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why I shine, you're the reason why. I thought I caught your eyes, the love is blind.
Well guys, that concludes yet another magnificent trip, and I'm forever so grateful for being able to share these moments and you know, experience these memories that will last for a very, very long time. Yeah, unfortunately we didn't get what we came for, but I learned so much, and that's what my whole goal is throughout my career, is just to try and learn and take in as much as possible. So I'm very grateful for Mr. Dieli that we got to share the whole day with yesterday and a little bit today. He taught me a whole lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of, and that, you know, that maybe I'll use one day in the future. So yeah, just so grateful for having to, you know, get to share these moments with really special people. Yeah, it's just a testament to how devastating, you know, wildlife and human beings, what happens is when they collide. But we've created this world now we just need to look after it, and you know, one of the ways is through hunting. You know, if we're going to want wildlife and wild animals and to stick around, you know, unfortunately hunting definitely plays a big role in keeping the animal species there. So yeah, a huge learning curve for me yet again. This is an old stomping ground of mine. Like I said, we were here 2 years ago, so to come back and just relive every moment is awesome, but at the same time a little bit frustrating, because you know that, you know, you came here for two purposes: to get a hippo and a trophy, and then the second one is to help the community and help the village. And yeah, unfortunately neither of them are going to be ticked off. But you know, in saying that, I still had a great time. I learned a lot, and just thank you to everyone for a magnificent adventure. And it's about the storytelling, you know. As hunters, we can say it's about the trophy, we can say it's about the meat, but at the end of the day, it's spending time with special people, creating memories that will last a lifetime, and just helping one another, animals and human beings, live on this wonderful earth. So for me, sorry guys, I'll fly around here. For me, I just want to say thank you once again. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications. I appreciate all the support and help. It really, especially now with the whole corona shutdown, it helps a lot. So yeah, look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Have a good one guys, and happy hunting. Cheers.